feel like people should understand it, but for people who don't understand why it's so important to have that control and self determination, help them understand.
Well, we get to tell our own stories, from our perspective, and that's important. We don't have to rely on white males, which have dominated this business for since the beginning of this business. Um, and we're finally able to take our own narrative and to put it down on paper and to get it produced and the public to see it. And that's extremely important. We've been telling our own stories for thousands of years, so, and we're finally we're getting an audience to be able to delve into these different cultures, and that's important to break some of these tropes and stereotypes that white men have uh, have told about us, and we're finally becoming visible to the general population. Those stereotypes and myths that are about of Native Americans are finally being broken. I think that's really important.
Do you think that society, when you talk about the diversity in Hollywood and telling your own story, I think a lot of times in my community, African American community, that battle is a lot more in people's face. It's larger numbers. It's people saying respect us. Is it a harder lift? Because I don't know that society has been as aware as we should be of those similar struggles for Native Americans in Hollywood.
Look at the way we grew up in our school systems. Our history wasn't taught. You know, um, and we're finally getting the opportunity to control those narratives. And the way I grew up, my history and knowing about my culture and stuff was not taught in school. So yeah, it's we're struggling. We've been struggling for decades, and we've been struggling for 500 years to tell our own stories, and we're finally getting an opportunity to do that, and hopefully, the public and society will embrace these stories. Slowly, I've been seeing change within TV and film, and I hope to continue to see more change because I think we still have a long way to go. And I'm not just talking about indigenous representation. I'm talking about African American. I'm talking about um, Asian representation, Hispanic representation. I think we all got a long ways to go, but I don't see it going back.